This is an 8-iron, and it's a dead shank.
Wow.
Way right.
Oh, takes a hop off the path.
You got to be kidding me. Very tough pitch shot right here. You got to hit it into the hill. One hop up and bite, and it's in.
Kind of like that.
Well, I would like to welcome six-time winner on the PGA Tour Champions and the event last week at the Bass Pro Shops Legends of Golf, Tom Pernice Jr., back to the Sub 70 podcast. Tom, thanks for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's great to be on. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Well done. These are the best podcasts for me to host. It's great to have guests who were, on before and talking about everything they're working on, and then they get the W. So, first off, congratulations. Well done. Where's this one rank for you? Because I know last year you were putting in a ton of work and you were really trying to get better and to improve, and to finally see it happen on a week where you put it all together. This one has to be sweet, I'm assuming.
Yeah, anytime that you put the work and the effort in, it's always great to see some end results. So your hard work is worth the effort and is paying off. So no, it was nice, and it never hurts when you have a good partner either. Scott Hoch is one of the world-class iron players of all time, and to be playing on the top of the rock 2 out of the 3 days on a par 3 course, that beautiful iron play, he was pretty spectacular leading off our team every day. And, he'd had a lot of wrist injuries over the last several years, and his wrist started finally feeling better. He said about 3 weeks ago, and he took a week off and practiced hard, and he came there and he felt really good. And he said, I think we got a good chance. So he kind of led the way, and I just kind of followed around.
Did you see this coming from your game as well? Have you sort of seen the progress that you have been working on to kind of come together?
Not really. No. I could still do a little better driving than I'd like to. My driving needs to get a little better, but my iron play is usually better than my driving, so I knew that 2 of the 3 days, it was going to be good. And I played nice the first day with the big course over there. So we just kind of got off to a good start, and that momentum kind of continued on, and we just gelled, and he was a great leader. He said, let me hit first, and it frees me up, and he was free as can be, and he just took dead aim, and I didn't have to salvage him too many times, and when he did get in a little trouble, I hit some good shots, so it all worked out.
I was going to bring up Scott, it's, a little bit later, but we can kind of get to it now. How did you guys decide to become partners, and how long have you known Scott for? I'm assuming it's probably years, from both you playing golf.
Yeah, we played out on tour for 20-some years, and we've actually traveled some overseas playing in some tournaments over in South Korea for 2 or 3 years. We went over there in the fall and happened to play in a couple events over there, and he won one year and I finished second, and the next year I think he won again, I finished third. So we had spent some time over there, and it was just a nice fit, and it just kind of worked together. I'd played with Bob Tway for quite some time, and Scott Verplank needed a partner. Bob asked, and they're best friends, if he could play with Scott, and I said sure, and then Scott was looking for a partner, so Scott and I teamed up, and you never know. It all works out for the best.
Scott has won all over the world, and he's won a lot of times all over the world, but it's been a while. And was it fun for you to sort of see him get in the hunt and to see that ability to close kind of come back? And were you sort of noticing for him it's sort of just like riding a bicycle, that he's won so many times at such a high level that once Scott Hoch gets into contention, he's pretty damn tough down the back nine when you need him?
Oh, yeah. The guy's got such great control of the golf ball in the windy conditions that we played in. He's really good at controlling his ball flight. Doesn't swing real hard at his iron, so he really can control his trajectory, which controls his distance. And it was right up his alley. And, once we got in the hunt, it was easy to see he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's all that experience, right? It just doesn't go away. He knows how to win.
No.
Right?
Yeah, correct.
It was, it's been a long time for him. So as a golf fan, it was, as great of a player as he is, it was sort of cool to see him sort of back at it again and playing
well. Yeah,
well.
when people have had so much, I think he's had 5 or 6 wrist surgeries and stuff, and you've battled through that, and people really don't know when you're trying to play for a living and dealing with injuries how difficult it is. And for him to come back at this age and to play at the level he did, it was great to see.
What sort of strategy do you guys have to use in an event like that where, the wind is blowing, but yet there's birdies out there because there's some par threes that are gettable? Are you kind of watching it by the 9 of who's coming up on you, or is it put the gas down all the time? It's kind of a different event. So how do you guys approach that?
Well, he felt free with me behind him, and so he felt like he had the green light to go, and he did a great job all week. And I had in the back of my mind on Sunday, I took a little page out of Tiger's book. I saw we were at 15 under, and we had a 3-shot lead. I thought if we could get to 22 that I think we were going to be good. I thought it was going to be tough for somebody to have to shoot 10 under par with the wind blowing. So I just had 22 in my mind, and that's what I just focused on all day. The nice start with the hole-in-one at 1 and then a birdie at 2, that helped the situation. But that's what I focused on. I didn't look at a lot of leaderboards. I saw that at one time we were only ahead by a couple, but they had played 7 more holes than we had. So I still knew that if we got to 22, we were going to be fine. So that's kind of how I approached it.
Just do anything different for you for the rest of your season of getting a W? Does it free you up a little bit more as well to kind of let it go and play because you for lack of a better word, you already have one in the bank? You guys have a W already on the season?
Oh, I don't know so much that. I think, you just, your confidence level goes up knowing when you put yourself there in contention that, you stand tall and you're able to get it done again. I mean, it's infectious to be to get there and to be successful and to play well. You don't always necessarily win, but when you get there and have the opportunity, and at least you play well and give yourself that chance, it just the confidence just continues to exude, and you build on the confidence. That's what I always feel about.
Champions Tour has a lot of the majors coming up here pretty soon. Is there one or two that you're really looking forward to this summer as that the major season is kind of upon us?
Not really. I mean, I haven't played up at the course at Notre Dame yet before, but I heard it's really good. Lytham St. Anne's at the Senior British. I've never played in that particular one of the rotation of the British, so that's going to be new. So not particularly, but, this is a good time of the year to start playing well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Firestone for the Senior Players Championship. Great golf course. Yeah,
which is a great course, yes.
Yeah, so it's fun to kind of you guys have quite a few of them coming up, so exactly having that confidence and going into that season. Certainly worse ways to start the kind of the big events that you guys have on your tour. I have to ask on the trophy you guys got. That trophy looked absolutely enormous. Is that an optical illusion, or is that thing that big? And where are you going to put that thing?
It's that big and it's that heavy. I think you have to go find a table strong enough to hold it, to put it on by itself, and have a place in your house to put it. But believe it or not, those are the trophy sizes, and they actually go to us. Those aren't the ones that stay there at the club. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go find a big old sturdy table and go buy it and find a place for it in my living room to set it on it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the craziest trophy I've ever seen, right? I was like, is that thing really that
Johnny
big?
Morris does it big. He does it right. They're beautiful, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, that one's going to be probably displayed somewhere. So, yeah, I had to ask the size of that thing, but that thing was impressive.
Yeah.
You brought up earlier the start of the final round to make a hole in one. Has there ever been a crazier positive start you've ever had to being in contention in a tournament? I mean, that's insane.
No, I mean, very seldom do you ever tee off on a par 3 on your first hole, and then to have the lead and tee off on a par 3, and then for it to go in as a hole in one is pretty rare. So, Mark McNulty came up to me and says, that may not happen for quite some time, to be in the lead and to tee off the last day on a par 3 and to make a hole in one. He says, I think that could last a while.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a chip shot either, right? The wind was howling pretty good. I mean, that was...
yeah, it was.
That was
175 yards or something. I hit a good hard 7-iron. Yeah, it was good.
Nice way to start. One last question, I'll get you out of here. We brought it up last year that I know it keeps you competitive. Was there any good off-season stories of taking any money out of Phil's pocket over the winter time or early spring this season to kind of get your game going in the right direction?
Phil got me a little bit this season.
No.
We played partner one time. We played a partnership one time, and we got beat by Cantley and Charlie Hoffman, but just on the last hole. So it was pretty even. Phil and I only played against each other 2 or 3 times, and he got me a little bit, but not too much. So it's always fun. It's always competitive, and the needle's out all day, both sides all around. So it's always entertaining. So
well, next time you have to get out there, you're going to have to, kind of put it back at him, I'm assuming, a little bit here, right? You said there's nothing better than taking his cash from him because it kind of quiets him down a little bit and lets him know who's boss.
He's going to needle you, so you better be ready to give him something back because he's going to wear you out. So we all know hanging with Phil, that's what it's going to be like. So,
well, thanks so much for coming on. These are the best podcasts. I'm couldn't be more happy for you. Congratulations on the victory. Play really well through the summer stretch here, and if something exciting happens like this, love to have you back on. And good luck again this week as well. So keep playing well. Keep playing well, pro. Thanks.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, take care.
Thanks.